Hey everyone, how is everyone doing today? This is Nadia, and I am wishing you guys health, happiness, and peace. So I hope everyone enjoyed the last episode. Today we are going to Turkey. I've actually never been to Turkey, so I have no idea what it's like. And we're gonna go visit a really good friend of mine way back when, who lives there with her family. She's a full-time mom, and she's also has her own business. So how are you going to juggle that in a living situation? We're going to go check it out. Let's go to Turkey, guys. How are you, pretty?
Oh, good. How are you? I need to do a better angle.
Looks sexy. Oh, wow. Wait, what time is it over there?
It's 6:30.
Wow, the sun is still really bright.
Yeah, but it's not such a nice day. Actually, I was hoping we could do like a sunset view, but I think it's foggy. Anyway, it is what it is.
A foggy Turkey.
Yeah. So let's go maybe outside first.
Woohoo! See what Turkey looks like. I've never been. Wow. What area is this?
This is the Asian side, actually. So I'm also in Asia.
Wow, you just can't get enough of us, huh?
Uh-huh.
Look at the beautiful sun. It's so nice. I love the trees.
Yeah, so it's like super green. We're a little bit like, whoopsies, outside the city. So like a more quiet residential place. So.
Do you like
Have
living
you had-
in Turkey?
Yeah, it's nice. Like a lot of, like it's more in tune, like there's a lot of fresh markets and stuff, like similar to Asia, you know, where you can like buy the produce from the farmer and, you know, people who have actually like been part of the production rather than buying it in some stupid supermarket, you know. You get a lot of that like handmade stuff. And can you stop? You're not part of it.
Who's laughing? Who's laughing?
Husband.
I want to see his face. Let's meet your husband who's laughing in the background. Why is he laughing? Hi!
Hi.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Why were you laughing?
No, the door like it's chasing Caroline.
Aww. Aww. I love it when dogs look at Zoom because they're really confused. What is that? Is that real?
Oh, good Lord. Yeah, he watches TV with us. It's pretty funny.
So Caroline and I, we go way back, like really way back, maybe like 5 years or something. We won't talk about but like, you know, we have something, we shared a history that's really unique, and we actually lived in Italy and New York, both. You know, and that's one of the very rare histories that we share, because I don't think, well, a lot of people don't actually live in those two places in their lifetimes, but then also it's more difficult to find somebody that you actually shared that lifetime living in Florence and New York City. Yeah. So we were roommates in Italy, in Florence, and guess what? She was the only Caucasian.
Yeah, it was great.
Everyone else, how many people did we live with? Let's see.
3, and then 4.
4, right. Everybody was Asian. And so she became Asian. And then Tom came to visit a lot. Tom was also Asian. And now she's living in an Asian neighborhood. So she's probably Asian.
Full circle.
Do you remember your Chinese? You're like trying to speak Chinese in Italy.
Oh,
that was so funny.
You were teaching me Italian, which is even more funny because you didn't even know you speak Italian properly yourself, and you're trying to teach me.
I thought I was super pro, man.
Per favore, per favore.
I don't remember teaching you that. That is so so arrogant.
It was so good. You were the first person I met. Like out of all the roommates, you were the first person. And we went around town and we're like exploring everything. And we went to go have gelato, I think.
We did, and I remember we were having gelato, and then like I was eating the blueberry one, or like the frutti bosco one, and mixed berries, and then I had freaking ice cream all over my face, and Caroline didn't tell me until I like it smeared, and then I went home and I looked in the mirror. I was like, Caroline, I have ice cream all over my face and it's blue. Why didn't you tell me? And then what did you say? You were like, I didn't want to tell you. I was like, so I walked through town like this. Oh.
What was that froyo place we used to go to? I think it was called Baby Yogurt.
I don't remember that one, actually.
It was just like froyo, and then you put all these toppings on it, like frutti di bosco and stuff, berries and stuff.
No way, I don't remember that part. I only remember the gelato.
Well, I remember the Nutella gelato at that place. So even in winter, we were eating Nutella gelato. That was so fast.
Nutella is so good. Oh my god, I never even knew about Nutella. So Caroline is the one who introduced me to Nutella. Okay, it's like a deadly sin. It's super sweet. Hazelnut, and then like she taught me how to eat Nutella. You should teach everybody how to really eat Nutella. This is important.
Yes. Cereal or with a spoon.
With a spoon, we poured like frosted flakes into the Nutella, and then she was like, "You can use Nutella like milk." So obviously, because I've never lived in Europe before that moment, I believed her. I believed everything she said. So I did it. I ate frosted flakes in Nutella as milk, and then I got so sugar high, I could not control myself in the kitchen. So she like tricked me. She introduced me to most European things.
You introduced me to what is it? Canadian beer.
Canadian beer. Awesome. It's so good.
Blue. It had like some blue label. I don't remember.
Probably. It's probably blue with maple syrup in it. and you introduced me to martini. We had martini together.
Yeah, martini bianco. Oh my god.
Oh my gosh, that was so good. It was so cheap.
Some of that.
Oh my god, I would love to have some martini. Actually, you can't really buy it everywhere.
Yeah, exactly. Oh man, like duty free, you could get it. If only we could travel.
If only we could travel. What do you guys drink in Turkey? What's your staple alcohol?
In Turkey, the national drink is called rakı, which is similar to ouzo, which they have in Greece. I will show my husband. He's drinking it, of course.
Hi.
So you mix it with water, and it becomes cloudy.
Wow, that's alcohol.
It tastes it tastes like licorice.
Oh, I love that taste.
And it's licorice, like Pernod, you know, they have in France. Similar to that.
Yum. What's the alcohol content? Is it stronger?
What's the alcohol content?
45%.
45%.
45?
Yeah.
Like a tequila.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
You mix it with water. You mix it with water. Okay.
Oh my god, 45. That's so crazy. This is what they do in Turkey, guys. This is what they do. That's so strong.
Yeah, but you mix it with water and put some ice in it. It's fine.
Caroline's actually from Germany. Munich.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
She's lived around the world. She's so international.
Yeah. There 3 years, so yeah.
She lived in New York, in Italy,
Switzerland, South Africa, Spain, US,
and now Turkey.
Dubai.
Oh yeah, that's right, Dubai.
Qatar, and now Turkey.
Wow. Do you speak all the languages? Do you pick it up?
No, you don't necessarily you've been to Dubai. I know you've been to Dubai. You don't need to speak Arabic to get by in Dubai.
No, not in Dubai. Yeah. Do you know? Can you say something in Turkish? I said in Turkish.
I could say şerefe, which means cheers.
Şerefe.
Şerefe. That's important. Nice thing about Turkish actually is that they have a lot of phrases that you use for things like customs and stuff. Like when someone comes to your house, there's a certain phrase that you say. You don't just say like welcome, but the host says something and then the person who comes to visit says something else. So it's hoş bulduk for people, hoş geldin for people who are in the house, and hoş bulduk for the people who are coming into the house. Hoş geldin and hoş bulduk.
Hoş bulduk.
Yeah, and like you say stuff like, I don't know, maybe Chinese also has a similar, like, you know, when someone cooks you a meal, you say bless your hands to the person that's prepared the meal, which I think is quite nice.
Oh, that's really nice. That's very respectful. How do you say that?
Eline sağlık.
Eline sağlık. Wow. That's
Yeah.
really beautiful. I like that.
I like that. It's really, I don't know, English can not really translate that sort of, you know, they don't have that. It's like bon appetit, but that's not even English, that's French.
It's just like English language has no culture.
It's not the same.
Bless
So,
your
yeah.
hand. That is, I don't think we have that in Chinese.
No?
No. Bless your hands. I really like that. That's actually, that should be said in English as well. Bless the hands that made my food.
Yeah.
Because it's
Totally.
very, like, it's full of gratitude.
Absolutely.
Bless the hands that make the food. Well, I'm blessing my own hands these days.
Yes. Speaking of food, you want to start chopping away?
Let's start chopping. Chop, chop, chop. Hi.
He's sniffing the air. What's there?
Aw, he misses being outdoors, I bet.
Yeah.
Aw.
Go walk, poor thing. Anyway, I have my trusty assistant who is busy eating dinner, but she will help me with my camera work.
You have an assistant living with you?
Yes, she's 9 years old.
Wow, child labor. Nice. Nice.
Anna, help me. Thank you.
That's it.
What's
Say
your
hello.
assistant's name? Hi.
Hi.
How are you? Well, she's so beautiful. Oh my
Thank you.
goodness. Look at her. Oh my gosh, I want to touch her face. You're so beautiful. What's your name?
Adelina.
Adelina. What a beautiful name to match a beautiful soul. I'm
Thank
Nadia.
Say hello to
Cute. Oh my gosh, you're so big. How old are you? 9?
9.
And when's your birthday?
February 7.
Oh, that's a beautiful month. Look at your pajamas. They're so cute. You're so beautiful. Look at your, oh, look at your hair. She's gorgeous, Caroline.
Thank you.
You're hiding her. You can't use her as your assistant.
Why? Slave labor. It's approved here.
This is what motherhood is, right?
Yeah. So
So
we're gonna be preparing something together, right, Nadia?
Yes, we are. So we're gonna make something together. And actually, this is Caroline's recipe. Do you want to introduce it?
Sure. It's beans, like a bean stew, but actually you can add anything. So I think because Nadia doesn't have all the ingredients, what have you decided to add, Nadia?
Okay, so I have celery, and then chard.
Yeah.
I also have asparagus, but I'm probably not going to use that. I soak the beans like you asked me to.
Yes.
They're red beans though, not white ones. And
That's
then
fine.
and then because I don't have tomato to make tomato soup, I'm just going to use the pasta sauce. And I'm just using the one that has like really natural ingredients. It's basically tomato paste, virgin olive oil, basil, and salt. So nothing bad inside. So that's what I'm gonna use.
Yeah, what we have over here actually is tomato paste, organic tomato paste, and this is red pepper paste, which is also like capsicum, you know, sweet pepper paste. So we use that a lot in Turkey. These are usually, families make these themselves, and you can even, people send care packages to each other wherever they are. The grannies and the moms will be sending stuff in the summers and then in the end of the season. So they'll dry it in the sun and make the paste themselves, but obviously I've bought that, but that's also something nice. I've made some organic myself, some veggie stock, which I'll be using also.
Wow.
Yeah, I can a recipe for that. That's New York Times actually.
Wow.
But yeah, I won't be adding any kale or spinach because we had that yesterday for dinner, so kids don't
need any greens, but you can add it then.
Okay. Is that an
Cool.
onion?
This is an onion. Yes, you need an onion, my dear. You also need garlic. They're roasted.
Oh, okay, thanks. Bless the hand that makes my food. Adelina! Adelina is so cute. Oh my gosh. I want to meet your other baby. She is adorable.
Dinner.
What does she want to be when she grows up?
Here he is. Go over here on this side.
Yeah. Hi, buddy. What's your name?
Matteo.
What is it? Matu?
Matteo.
Matteo.
Italiano, tu non parli italiano, è Matteo.
Ma che? Ma che bello, ragazzo. Hi. Hi, Matteo. I can be really normal as well. I'm not crazy. I promise. I'm Nadia. Your mom is crazy, right? Don't worry, she can't hear us.
Okay, that onion was bad, so I'm using it away. Okay, so first dice the onion. It's good to have a garbage bowl, but
Oh, you're so smart. Caroline is amazing. She's a full-time mom now, and she has to actually do the homework with the kids because of this quarantine thing. And
yeah.
basically, like but you also have a career.
I have a coaching business that I'm running. So I'm doing individual coaching, I'm doing leadership coaching. But of course I can't go out to do company coaching right now because everybody's at home. But I'm trying to work around ideas of doing virtual coaching and doing some, I do some meetups, like women's empowerment meetups. I'm part of some different organizations where I'm getting to do workshops and stuff anyway. So I'm still active, but it's about finding enough time.
That's amazing. So do you want to tell us about what you coach? I'm really into that. You do women coaching, and is it personal coaching or business coaching or is it both?
Well, the thing is, everybody takes their emotions to work. So what ends up happening is that even though you're focused on people's work challenges, you end up talking about their personal things and about their emotions and about their struggles, their strengths, their weaknesses through the coaching process. So even though they might come with an agenda of, I want to be better organized, or, I'm having trouble starting this project, or something's holding me back.
Yeah.
You really question, well, what are you afraid of? What is it? What is, actually this guy, which today he was struggling with being afraid of failure. And I said, well, what's failure trying to protect you from? What is it telling you? Listen to your emotions and your instincts and acknowledge them, and then get out of it. So, we do everything in terms of, I do small businesses, I do people that are in executive positions, but yeah, it's really about some sort of goal that they're trying to achieve, or even starting up a business, knowing what to do, when and how. And I hold them accountable. So that's the thing, it's like that one weekly check-in, so have you done what we agreed? So for yourself, but if there's not someone that's holding you accountable, it might pardon?
It's easy to just slack off if no one's holding you accountable.
Exactly. So I have different tools to find out really what people want, even because some people might not know. And I think through COVID, there'll be more need for coaching because people's jobs might disappear. So
totally.
I think there'll be a lot of people who need to sort of reassess what they're doing or what their priorities are. Maybe also people will decide that, this isn't really what I think life is about, because I've realized that life is so fragile and everything can change within an instant. So that's what you really explore together in terms of, what kind of a future do they want? What's important to them? And how can we make sure that they get to those, get to that state of whatever it is? So, yeah. It's super interesting.
That is really interesting, and you're right. Actually, right now, I feel like during this time, a lot of people are going to lose jobs, and there's the way that the businesses that used to run the way it ran. It wouldn't run that way anymore.
Yeah.
You know, like for example, a lot of retail is going to shut down and they're going to go online. That's like one example. And because of this time, a lot of people are probably, you're right, reassessing their life. Like, what do I want to do with my life now? And then realizing, you know, I had somebody tell me that, you know, actually they're very happy about this because they get to spend time with their loved ones now rather than traveling around and working. And then somebody was like, I'm really glad because now I get to cook for my son. And, you know, otherwise I don't get to do this bonding moment. So,
Question. What's the benefit of slowing down? What's the benefit having to spend more time by yourself? Because some people are actually self-isolating like you are. So what is that? Or also to reflect on what's important to you and you're not being pulled in all sorts of directions because you get to actually spend time with yourself. So what does that actually, you know?
Yes. I love it. I mean, honestly, okay, so usually I'm so busy, like auditioning, filming, traveling, and then by the end of the day, I literally just want to lay down and do nothing and watch Netflix. And to be really honest, I can't do that now because I can't see myself watching Netflix 24 hours a day because it gets like a little bit brain dead for myself personally. I need to do something like with activity because I'm so active. Yeah. And so in this time, I've signed up for classes. I'm learning new skills, you know?
See?
Yeah, and I'm doing a lot of introspection and a lot of things that I wanted to do that I never did because I've never had the time or the focus. I can do it now. And I think it's wonderful. And like talking to you, for example, I haven't talked to you for, let's not say how many years because we've only known each other for 5 years, right? Like in our youth, you know.
When we were in college,
Huh?
When we were in college 5 years ago.
Oh my God. Okay. I just finished my onions. I have only one onion.
Another thing is like, you know, even going back to that sort of business coaching, you know, I've seen so many great examples of people being quite creative. So, you know, in our business work that I know, and she owns a hotel. So obviously right now they have no guests, but what she's doing is with her overstock of wines, she's decided to do a weekly wine box. So she's selling that and then doing wine tasting with the different vineyards and getting people to do Instagrams with her. So getting, you know, people keeping her, you know, brand in their minds by, you know, shifting it. Okay, she's a hotel. Obviously, she can't supply people with hotel beds right now or hotel rooms, but she can still add value. So how can I add value in my business through this time where I might not be, you know, out and about as much as I usually am? So that's what people are also thinking about in their coaching, you know?
I love that. That's actually very smart. That's so creative and innovative. So what would you give like, so for people who, you know, they have to change their careers because there's no way that they can sustain at this moment. And they don't know what their purpose is and they don't really, because a lot of people, you know, they need a little nudge to discover what their purpose is or courage. Sometimes people need courage because they're afraid of going after what they want to do, right? How would you help people and help them navigate through what they really want and find their purpose?
It's finding about what brings you joy. You know, what is it about what you were doing that you enjoyed, or what is it in life that you enjoyed, you know, as an activity, and what's the root thing that you're doing in that activity? So I can think of one lady, she really enjoys helping people. But what that's actually looked like, because she's now in her mid-50s, throughout her life, it has looked very different. So she was first a classical musician.
Whoa.
Yeah, so she's helping people and giving people pleasure by providing beautiful music.
Wow.
And then what she did was she was a mediator at the law office. So in cases that didn't need to go to court, she was mediating. So she obviously had to go and do some extra studies for that. And she then discovered coaching, and that was also a way of helping people, you know, achieve their goals and their dreams. And now as she's aging, she realized she doesn't want to go out to companies as much, and she wants to have a little bit of a slower life. And she's realized that the people in her community around her, there's some older people that are being ignored, and she feels that they're being ostracized by society because they're old. Well, they're old, right? So people tend to forget. So what she's done now is she's gotten herself a dog, and she's using the dog as a way of socializing with the older people that she's surrounded with. And I think that is so he's like a social service dog. And I think that is such a neat shift.
Such a great idea. Wow, so creative.
Yeah, and I think the one thing that I really learned from her is that what you value and what you find important, like for me, it's connection, that can take different shapes or forms throughout your life, right? So it doesn't have to be, I'm only this or I'm only that. You can, even through your main job or in your hobbies or throughout your different phases in your life, it can look differently, you know?
I love it. Yeah, that's very expanded version. So it doesn't have to always have a label, like, I am this and this is my job.
I mean, I have a friend who, you know, he was a lawyer for 15 years and he hated it. And now he's learning to be a psychiatrist because he feels like he can actually add value. And he's been brave enough to quit law and throw in the towel against his family. But he's like, you know what, this is what I think is more important to me and where I find joy. So you mentioned bravery before. Most definitely it takes bravery to be like, you know what, I'm gonna take a different path.
It takes a lot of courage actually, because there's a lot of fears, and like the fear of, you know, just disappointing your parents, the fear of like not succeeding, the fear of like, being too old to start anew, the fear of like, you know, I'm not gonna survive on this, and it's gonna be really hard, and it's the wrong decision, and I should be practical, and I should not be a dreamer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know, people who have a growth mindset are ones who see challenges not as an obstacle in their way, but as a way of learning, and then from then on deciding how to move forward and which way to continue on their path rather than seeing it as an obstacle, right? So that whole idea of growth mindset, which I'm sure you know about it, in terms of like, you know, there's people who have fixed mindsets who think like this is the only way that things can go, versus people who that, you know, ability is something that you learn also, and that you can, even sports and things like that can really be taught to anybody. It's just about what kind of approach you use to it. So I'm chopping carrots. Do you have carrots?
But I didn't, should I shape them? I guess I should shape them.
Yeah, and chop.
Organic carrots.
Woo-hoo. Try not to chop my finger off.
I try my best. It's so interesting to cook for yourself because you're just like, sometimes you get really lazy. You're like, whatever has vegetables, I will just eat it.
Yeah, but this is something that you can keep, you know, and it'll probably be better even the next day.
Ooh. So how did you decide that you wanted to be a coach?
Question. I was in HR for many years, and I realized that I can't actually help employees. There's always something in the way, whether it's a budgetary constraint or whether it's a manager's point of view differs from what we want to do. And I enjoyed always, like I said, the connection with the employees, but that wasn't my main focus. You know, you end up doing payroll and performance management and so forth, but the actual connection, getting to know the staff or even the new hires was, you know, something you spend so little time on. And yeah, how could I really connect and build a network for myself and add value and really listen to people? You know, it was always, oh, I'm so sorry. It's so great that you came to see me in my office, but unfortunately we don't have the budget for that. And that's, you know, too bad. You know, there was always something holding it back. So this was really an opportunity to be able to create something where I can actually help people.
That's great.
Yeah, I stumbled on it actually more like coincidence because I was doing I was using my expat experience to do some seminars for expats about transient lifestyle and providing a loving home for kids and what's important in life. And then I thought about what sort of accreditation I could use to actually do this professionally. And that's how I stumbled upon coaching, actually.
Wow,
So
that's really good. That's a very organic way of like, that's a very good topic. Transient lifestyle for expats, you know, and how to make a loving home for your family while they're moving constantly.
Yeah. So my first, like, focus on the expat and the family and the parents and stuff, but then I was thinking about all my professional experience, you know, and I don't want to obviously ignore all the years of hard work in that respect. So yeah, I'm actually using all of that as well. So
that is so amazing. What's your biggest passion in coaching?
I think just seeing the people, you know, have those moments of realization. It's just amazing to see, really. And like people achieve their goals and not just talk about it, but actually follow through.
Yes, yes. So you have a lot of people who don't follow through?
Well, I think, you know, there's so many websites or books or whatever about how to achieve great goals, but it has to be personal. So the thing about coaching is that it has to be what works right for you. So I'm not giving anybody advice. I'm relying on the expertise of the person I'm coaching, knowing themselves, what was successful for you in the past, you know, what was something that you think might get in your way. I ask them, I don't tell them. So they're the ones that are the subject experts in themselves. And they, you know, I ask questions or we use different tools of questioning and probing to really come to that realization and then seeing what's right. But of course, the accountability that, you know, Caroline's going to ask me in a week's time, how did it go? Or she's going to remind me via, did you send that email and how did it go? Did you, you know, have a meeting or were you able to find out more information about whatever it was you're trying to do? Adds, of course, a level of, not pressure, but it adds a little level of accountability, which is nice. So, yeah. And it's like talking to, you know, letting people know that you're going to lose weight, for example, as a New Year's resolution. It always helps if people then know and it's like, oh, how's it going? Are you able to, you know, stop eating as many snacks as you were previously and stuff like that? If people know about it, then you're also more willing to, or more able to improve. So
there's an added pressure. It's no longer just in your own mind. And then it becomes a real thing. So people are like, didn't you say you were going to lose weight? And you're like, oh yeah, oops.
But you said you weren't going to eat chocolate anymore, you know? So yeah, that's the thing.
I've never said that, but okay. Never.
I would say, because it's different, you know, when you're talking to a friend or a relative, there's always some sort of attachment to it, right? They're your friend, so they don't want to hurt your feelings, or they're your relative. And let's say you're you know, talking about a relationship, for example, you're going to be seeing that person's husband or that person's wife, and you want to be careful about what you're saying or how you're expressing it. But the fact that I have absolutely no attachment to the situation means that I can be brutally honest in terms of what I'm saying. And I can actually say, well, you're actually contradicting yourself, or are you really being honest with yourself? You know, and I can ask those hard probing questions, which I think is, you know, important to really hold the mirror to someone's face and show the truth, which, you know, is the good, the bad, and the ugly. And that's okay because we're all human, right?
That's really cool. Do people react badly though when you do that? Like, are there a negative reaction or are they happy for it?
No, because the thing is, we make an agreement before. It's called designing the alliance. So you really talk about what you want, what their expectation from coaching, and how they would like to get feedback. So some people want to have it relayed to them more gently, but some people appreciate brutal honesty. Okay? So that's what I'm getting paid for at the end of the day, right? Is what we agree on together, and we build an alliance, and it's a relationship together of helping them get to where they want to go. So I'm the bus that sort of takes them there.
So do people like, so when somebody does not follow through, because that will happen. What?
Yes, that.
Yeah, I'm sure that happens more often, unfortunately. So what do?
You look at what held them back and what strategies didn't work. So then we look at what would work and come up with a better solution. You know, it's not about always the big thing. It's about those little successes and making sure that they see they're actually getting or heading towards where they want to go. So it's not this expectation that overnight, whoa, everything's going to be perfect. I'm going to have my business set up and I'm going to be super motivated. I'm going to be super organized. And I'm going to know exactly. No. It's about also many steps, right? So then they also get that sense of achievement and feeling good about what they're doing, you know?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
I'm going to go do coaching now.
Anytime. I put my celery, my onion, and my carrot.
Okay, I put it in the soup bowl, or should I put it separately?
No, you can put it in there, and then, but don't put the kale in yet.
Oh, this is charred.
Charred, sorry.
Okay.
So, heat up the pot if you want with olive oil. Let me see. I might need my assistant for this. Assistant!
Wow, she has no name. That's amazing. It's just an assistant.
Yes.
No name.
Oh yeah. It's Adelina.
No, it's me.
No, the assistant.
Adelina. Hi.
Hi.
Can you just film over here?
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Did Mom make you do things like this all the time?
Yes.
I'm making the soup. I'm doing it on a video with my friend Nadia.